Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and I feel like as you guys can see, this is not my usual setting. I just, thought I would mention that the scenery is different. Today we're going to be doing Am I the A-hole Part 2. So you guys really liked the first one, and I thought, why not go through more? And I have a camera now, and I figured out how to screen record better, so I don't really have anything else to say. So let's just get right into the Am I the A-holes. So I probably will be looking over here because this is where my computer is. Okay, I'm now on Reddit and I'm gonna find a good juicy one to start us off because what's with all the fun without the drama, basically. So I'm just gonna look for one really quick and see which one catches my eye. Okay, I found one. And I am gonna take your guys' advice and just read the story and not like alter how fast I read the story post editing. Because you guys said you like to listen to the story, and because my thing is I don't want you guys to get bored, so hopefully you guys understand. But I found this Am I the A-hole for letting someone break a TV they just bought? Which, what? All these are gonna be what, basically. A little backstory. I've been selling mine and my parents' things on Facebook. Oh, I can't. Okay, cool, stop. Start over. This is gonna be a long night. A little backstory. I've been selling mine and my parents' things on Facebook Marketplace because we're moving into an RV soon, and we won't have room for a lot of it. I've been trying to sell this TV that works perfectly fine for a bit now, and I have a video of it being turned on and off on the post. The last times I turned it on, which was this morning, it worked perfectly, not even a scratch on it. My partner and I both carry it to our Kia Soul that had the seats down so we can lay it flat screen facing up to not scratch it or break it and transport it to the meeting spot. I sell it to this person, and my partner and I watch as a person is shoving a 55-inch TV screen down into the back seat of a Kia Optima that has a car seat in it. I asked her at least 4 times if she needed one in my help, and she repeatedly told me no. I got into our car, and my partner and I both agreed that this person just broke the screen of the perfectly good TV I just sold them. They texted me and told me the screen was broken and replied, "The screen wasn't broken when we gave it to you, so I don't know what to tell you. I used it this morning. I transported it to you, screen up, to make sure it didn't touch anything or get broken." They called me a scammer, hurting for money, dishonest, said they were going to call the police on me if I didn't give them their money back, and they had my license plate and was going to blast me on Facebook. I feel like I did my part to make sure the TV got to them safely, and I tried to help her several times and got rejected. This is my first time experiencing something like this. Am I the a-hole? I feel like we know this by now, like how these stories go, and this person is not the a-hole because you literally asked her if you needed help, like you stated, and she said no. So the logical thing to do is not like I don't know what she expected. If like her wait, what does a Kia Optima look like? Really? Yeah, really. Well, the car seat in it is crazy. They're not the asshole. They're not the asshole. Like, what the heck? Someone said not the a-hole, but if I'd been in your situation, I might have tried to get a couple pics of how she was loading it into the car to cover yourself in just this type of situation. I agree, but like I feel like you shouldn't have to do that if someone like really like wants to buy something from you and they're just careless with it. Like that doesn't really make any sense to me. Yeah, I feel like this is just a simple one. Honestly, nothing too crazy. So let's just move on to the next one. Oh my god. This one says, am I the a-hole for telling my sister that the world doesn't revolve around her miscarriage? TW, trigger warning. I, 27 female, just found out I'm pregnant with my husband, 29 male. We went to tell my parents and they were over the moon. But my older sister, Kristen, 32 female, wasn't happy. She had a miscarriage 2 months ago and she thinks I'm trying to outshine her. I assured her that I wasn't trying to do that, but she wasn't having it. It ended up in an argument, and I snapped and said, the world doesn't revolve around your miscarriage. She ran off crying, and my parents support me, but they said I could have been a bit more nicer. Update. There's an update. Okay. After I cooled down, I texted Kristen to apologize and said I wasn't trying to downplay her grief, and I was just angry because of hormones and stress, which left me on red. At this point, I don't know what to do. I feel bad that she doesn't have the right to make everyone feel sad forever. She should learn to not make everything about her. For the people who said I should have told my parents separately, I did, but she overheard. I feel like she did probably not overreacted. I feel like she was just really hurt that she was not pregnant anymore, and that, like you said, that you were trying to outshine her. But maybe snapping back at her like that probably would have pushed some buttons And at that point, I feel like she would just need some time because she's your sister. And if you're like close like that, I feel like she'll come around eventually and understand that that wasn't your intention. I don't want to say she should be happy for you because everyone is allowed to feel how they feel, even if she's still processing what had happened to her. Oh, someone said, no, what they said, it's a response to someone else. They said, no, what they said was she could have left. I've been through miscarriage. It's not a zero-sum game. You can be happy for the person to experience pregnancy while still grieving and mourning from the loss. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to put it. Everyone's different, so I can't speak for that because I've never gone through something like this, but I feel like that sort of thing takes time. Wow, I feel like that was kind of a little bit of a heavy one, but two not the a-hole so far. Okay, this one caught my eye. This one says, am I the a-hole for offering to get my sister groceries from the Dollar Tree? Well, let's see. My 34 female, sister 43 female, is broke and has no groceries. According to her, I have not personally seen her kitchen. She's asking me for $40 to borrow. She never pays anyone back, so she can get some groceries. I told her I'm really strapped for cash right now myself because I just had to pay rent, bills, and take my dog to the emergency vet, which in itself costs $487. I don't get paid again until next week. As a note, she does not work due to several health issues. Her husband works but doesn't make that much, yet somehow makes too much to qualify for food stamps. I told my sister that what I could do is go to the Dollar Tree and get some stuff to help get them by until he gets paid. She got upset and offended and said, no thanks, I'm good. I told her I watched this lady on TikTok who makes really good looking stuff with Dollar Tree items. She still said no, especially because their meat looks nasty and her main meal she eats daily is meatloaf, which I really can't afford to get ground beef as it is so expensive around here right now. I told her, well, beggars can't be choosers. That's her option. Either that or they go hungry. She said she'd rather go hungry and hung up on me. So am I the a-hole for offering to get my sister groceries from the Dollar Tree? I feel like I might be the asshole because, yes, I could give her the $40, but then I wouldn't be 100% certain that would actually go towards groceries. She smokes weed, and I've learned the hard way to never give her cash. But now I feel like an asshole and a bad sister. Update. Thank you everyone for your input. My dad, whom my sister refuses to have anything to do with, long story for another post, very generously decided to cash out her $40 for groceries. And she did show me proof that she spent it on groceries. Yes, to make meatloaf and mashed taters. Anyways, just wanted to share that. We decided family is family and it was the right thing to do. Wow. Like, I don't understand. If you need food and you don't have money and you ask and someone offers you to do something, to do that thing for you, I don't understand to like deny help, especially if that's your sister and you trust her and you don't want your meatloaf. You know what I mean? If I need help and someone offered, I would accept it. Like no matter, like their Dollar Tree is not bad at all. Like people shop there all the time for groceries. And especially what she said about like that TikTok lady showing and making good looking food. She said that her sister smokes weed, which would be understandable why she doesn't want to give her cash. But you just never know because she did get groceries apparently. So are you the a-hole? I wouldn't say you're the a-hole. And you're trying to help when you're like you're not doing the best yourself either. Like you just paid bills, rent, and your dog had to go to the emergency room. Like you're reaching out a branch to help her, even though you're not in the best situation yourself. That should show what kind of person that she is, right? So no, I don't think she's the a-hole. I see one that says, am I the a-hole for telling my sister her baby isn't real baby? This one has 13K upvotes. So I kind of want to see where this goes. Oh my god, it's a novel. I'm gonna get water. Therapy. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. I got the Wawa. I think this is like the fourth story somewhere. I think we're making good time, honestly. I, 26 female, got engaged to my fiance on January 1st. I was very excited to share with my family, of course, and everyone congratulated me and my fiance. I sent a picture of my ring to my family group chat as well as my Instagram, and everyone has been commenting on the fact I got a very big diamond. My diamond is a lab-grown diamond that is just under 5 carats. I specifically asked for a lab diamond as I believe they're more ethical, as you never know if a mined diamond is a blood diamond. My sister, 31 female, was very excited for me, but as soon as I showed her my ring, her mood changed and she was telling me that it was too flashy It was not practical in that it's too trendy and not timeless. My ring is a pearl-shaped solitaire ring with a marquee span, and I love it. My sister then told me that there was no way that my fiance could afford my ring. True, if it was a mine diamond, it would be 10 times the price, and my fiance is a second-year resident, and that I should test to see if it was a real diamond. I replied that since it's a lab diamond, it was a lot less expensive. She then proceeded to tell me how lab diamonds aren't real diamonds, and since they're made in a lab, it doesn't hold the same sentimental value. My sister's ring is a small 1-carat mine diamond, and it's beautiful. I never said anything bad about her ring, and it suits her. I tried to laugh it off, and I told her that I asked for a lab diamond and that I don't want a mine diamond. When I said that, she started yelling at me that it wasn't even a real diamond in the first place and that it was grown in a lab, not the ground. That's when, said by her logic, my niece wasn't a real baby then because she was my... what? That's when, said by her logic, my niece wasn't a real baby then because she was an IVF baby and grown in a lab too. My sister and her husband had a lot of issues conceiving as my sister had some complications with endometriosis. Their IVF journey was really tough and they had multiple rounds and attempts, and one miscarriage, but finally got lucky and had my very healthy niece last year. I know my sister had a hard time conceiving. That was kind of the point I was making. My niece started in a lab, but she was beautiful. She has a beautiful meaning behind her life too. When I made that comment, my niece wasn't a real baby because she was IVF baby, my sister started crying over the phone. Her sister then called me and berated me and told me I was insensitive and couldn't understand the depths of her emotional turmoil and that I shouldn't have started a fight over a ring. He said I was ableist. I have endometriosis too. My mom says it's not a big deal, but I should let my sister cool off. I usually babysit my niece pretty often, but my sister hasn't been answering my calls for a week. My fiance says although I probably shouldn't have said that, I was justified. I didn't mean it seriously. I know my niece is a real baby and I adore her and spoil her all the time. Am I the a-hole? Okay, so before I read that, I'll say you both are the a-holes. Your ring, right? You wanted that was your decision, that's what you wanted, and you know that's the end of it, right? Whatever she said after that, about how it's not real because it's not from the ground is wild, because she should just be happy that you got what you wanted and respected that. But also the comment you made about her kid, her baby, an IVF and stuff, it's kind of maybe not the place for that. I understand your logic trying to help her understand that it's not that serious or that it's just as meaningful to you just like her kid. I understand that logic, but I feel like if you know that she struggled with that may be a touchy subject for her, so that maybe wasn't the move. Even though I feel like you kind of can sympathize with her because you also have endometriosis, but she also shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I think you both are the a-holes. So let me just read the edit right now, actually. As of this morning, my sister has called me asking for a babysitter. I suspected that this would be why she would call me, as I have been babysitting for free when no one else in our family or brother-in-law family will. She apologized that her husband called me and cussed me out, but she didn't apologize for her comments. I apologized for what I said, and it was insensitive, and explained to her that she misunderstood what I meant. And to everyone who is confused, I do not think IVF babies are not real babies, obviously. I was so taken aback that some of you guys read my post and thought that. I said my sister's own logic, she thinks her baby is real because apparently things can't be real if they're grown in a lab to her. The point I was making was my diamond is real just like her baby is real. Yeah, let's see, let me read the comments. Oh, this person said, sister is the a-hole for being so transparently jealous, and you're the a-hole for using your sister's conception issues to try and score points in a sibling argument. Oh, and your mom is also the a-hole for thinking that this isn't a big deal. That's a comment for sure. Yeah, that's the first story where I feel like someone is the a-hole and both of them are the a-hole. This one seems a little lighthearted. This one says, am I the a-hole for not letting my friend take a lick of my ice cream? My friend and I were hanging out at my place for almost the entire day yesterday. I told her about this amazing ice cream place at the mall and that I'd treat her. At first she agreed and told me it was a great idea. Then she suddenly snapped and said that she can't eat ice cream because she's on this healthy diet. And she also absolutely will not touch the stuff, and it's wrong. I told her that she's not forced to eat it, so it was just a suggestion. It just so happened that my workplace, it's at the mall, needed my assistance and asked if I could come in for a few minutes to help them. I live 5 to 10 minutes away from the mall, so it's no problem. I told her we anyways have to go because my coworkers need help. I told her we could hang out at the mall for a bit if she's down. Anyways, we were passing the ice cream place and I told her I'm grabbing some for myself, and I asked her if she's sure that she doesn't want any. She said she's good and thanked me for offering. We're browsing the mall and she tells me the ice cream actually looks really good and if she could have a lick. I told her if she really wants it, I'll get it for her, no problem. But then she said she just wants to try it for mine. I told her I'm not comfortable with that, but the offer still stands about me getting her own ice cream. She got annoyed and said, "Why are you being such an a-hole about this? I don't want a whole ice cream. I just want a lick from yours." I told her again I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just very weird when it comes to sharing food where spit could easily be exchanged. Unless I'm very close with the person, I'm at a certain level of trust with them, for example, my mom or my brother. Like I could be friends with someone but still not be comfortable sharing those types of food with them. My friend and I are just good friends in college, that is all. So am I the a-hole? I mean, I still offered to buy her ice cream as an alternative. No. Simply, you're not comfortable, and she should understand that you're not comfortable. She didn't want one in the first place, and now that you have one, she wants some. So no, I don't think you're the a-hole. Ooh. Am I the a-hole for accidentally catching my brother's girlfriend in a lie? This might be a bit long, so I'll put a TLDR at the end. I, 19 female, have a brother, 24 male, that I'll call Liam. Earlier this year, he started dating a girl he met at his climbing class that I'll call Emily. They've been together for 4 months, and this weekend he decided to introduce her to us. They arrived yesterday and are staying until tonight. She's a really nice person, and we got along well. Then at one point, I did ask her what she did in life, and she said she was a lawyer. I was super interested because I'm currently studying law and I've wanted to be a lawyer since I was 10, maybe 10. So I was very excited to ask her questions about it. I asked her about cases that she had, how she studied to become a lawyer, what her days look like, and many more things. I might have been a little over enthusiastic and annoying, but I didn't realize it at the time. I was just excited to get to ask someone questions about my dream job. But at one point, she said something that seemed incoherent to me. The details might be long and boring, but basically she just said something that isn't technically possible. So I was curious and a bit confused, and I asked her how that was possible because I just thought she was a professional and she should know better than me. But as she tried to explain it, she just said more incoherent and impossible things. It was kind of like someone was quoting things from Grey's Anatomy to doctors, if you see what I mean. So I asked more about it to understand, and that's when she admitted that she wasn't actually a lawyer and worked at a bookstore. She told us that she was very sorry for lying, and then left her table and my brother followed her. My parents kind of scolded me for being so intrusive, and when my brother came back, he was a bit angry. He started telling me I was wrong for interrogating her and that I made her uncomfortable, and that she had lied because she was embarrassed about her job, and I just made her more embarrassed. He hasn't been talking to me since, and neither has Emma. I'm not sure I'm in the wrong here, but they all seem to think so. I get that me asking questions was annoying and maybe a bit too much, but I truly didn't have bad intentions. I was just excited to be able to talk about it with someone. And also, I don't understand how everyone was okay with the fact that she lied to my brother for 6 months and then also lied to us. I get being embarrassed, but I don't know, it's still a bit weird to me. But I never meant to make her uncomfortable, and I genuinely liked her. I don't see how I'm in the wrong, but maybe I just can't see it. So please tell me that I can have another perspective. Wow. Alright, so you're getting introduced to your brother's girlfriend and you want to know stuff about her. So asking her questions is normal. You're like talking to her for this time, and if you share an interest, of course you're gonna ask questions and talk about it like normal people do. So you're not a-hole because she lied. She's the one that lied, and how are you getting the blame, like the backlash from that when all you did was ask her questions? If she didn't want to answer your questions, she could have not answered your questions. She's like, oh, like I'm not comfortable answering questions. Or if like she was telling the truth, then she wouldn't have had to lie. It's so like messy. It's so Okay, someone else said not the a-hole. She's weirdo for lying about being a lawyer, and your family is weird for acting like you did anything wrong when you assumed she was the knowledgeable one and was just trying to grasp what she was saying. It's not like you were trying to catch her in a lie. She couldn't keep up with it and had to out herself to end the conversation. Exactly. If you can't keep a lie, don't lie. Or just don't lie in general. Yeah, like she's not the a-hole, in my humble opinion. Okay, we have one that has the tag asshole. So I kind of want to see what this one has in store for us. We are a married couple, 30 male, 30 female, and we are planning... Okay, anyway, we are a married couple, 30 male, 30 female. We are planning a trip for Valentine's Day to Europe from London, where we stay. My wife chose Vienna, and we found a flight with Ryanair. Oh my god. Price at £60, return each. She suggested we take that flight for a 4-day trip. The flight doesn't include any luggage. With cabin luggage, the flight is worth $120 each, and she said we can manage without the luggage. She said she wants to experience traveling for a cheap amount and doesn't want to spend too much. For context, we are high earners and live way below our means, so this is not due to budget constraint. I suggested that we should at least be able to take some cabin baggage, as I don't like traveling without clothes, especially for a 4-day trip. We got into an argument and she wouldn't talk to me. I told her I wouldn't want to go on a trip if this is how we'd be traveling. Am I the a-hole? So what I'm getting at is that the airline only allows you to have like bags and not like big luggage. So if she doesn't want to bring one for a 4-day trip, if it's not above your means, then I don't understand why she doesn't. Like, if you guys are all like okay with money and you can afford and have the privilege to take extra luggage for a 4-day trip, it's not like it's like a day trip or something, right? Where you don't need that many clothes. A 4-day trip is pretty like hefty, you know? To not bring any luggage. That's kind of weird to me. I don't think he's the a-hole. Maybe I'm like missing something. Yeah, I don't think he's the a-hole. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna try to find a juicy one because my throat is like it's clawing at me right now. It's telling me to stop, you know? So I'm gonna find a good one. Okay, we have our last one. And it says, am I the a-hole for not sharing my lottery winnings from a white elephant gift? The recent family Christmas party at my 22 male house this year, and about 25 people showed up. The traditional game this year was White Elephant. My family plays the dice version with some house rules for context. Anyone who doesn't have a gift at the end of the game will receive $10 as a gift. Trading gifts is allowed only with a $10 consolation gift. The game has a total of 40 gifts. I ended the game with 4 gifts, and 4 members ended the game with none. My gifts were a space heater, windshield wipers, a 20-pound gummy bear, and a $50 Starbucks gift card. Of the 4 people without gifts, 3 of them got rejected, meaning only 1 trade was made. My cousin, 26 female, ended with $50 worth of lottery tickets, so I assumed they'd be worth nothing, and I don't go to Starbucks. We couldn't trade because of the rules above and argued that the gift cards and lottery tickets had a numerical value like the $10 gifts, so they should be tradable. The family agreed and more gift cards were exchanged. Trading ended and people began using their gifts, so I went to put my gifts back in my room in order to scratch the $10 tickets. I was expecting to win anyway, so I thought that scratching the second about to move on to the third. For a second, I thought they were fake, but my grandma, 82 people who bought them, wouldn't do that. I sat in my room for a bit and decided to keep quiet about it, knowing how some family members might react. Thought about how to tell them. Throughout the party, when they asked, I said no and batted them out. The next day, the 20th, I asked my mom, 58 female, to come with me to cash in the lottery. She was surprised, of course, and told me that I need to go to the casino. My brother, 28 male, thought it was funny and tagged along. He proceeded to post snaps of me being handed $100 bills in the casino. Although I told him not to say anything because of the commotion it would cause and that I'd share some with the family, he posted it anyway. An hour passes and I pulled into a group chat people from the party plus family members that couldn't make it. I said I'd give everyone who came to the party $250 and that I was being selfish. 30 people that attended, that's $7,500 right there. I thought that was fair. Family members who weren't there argued that they shouldn't be excluded. Others argue that $250 isn't enough if I have 25K. After 30 minutes of arguing, I was pissed and gave up negotiating. I told everyone that I'm sorry they're not happy with your white elephant gifts this year and that the rule was that all trades were final. I kept all the money, put 15K in my savings, and invested the rest. Many of my family members are still upset with me, even as far as calling me cruel and heartless. I told them that if $250 isn't enough from a $100 limit, then they're the selfish one. Am I the a-hole? Note that no household or individual family member is struggling financially. No, you're not the a-hole. If she traded with you for the Starbucks, I think, if I'm getting that correct, for the Starbucks gift card and you got her lottery tickets and you won off the lottery tickets and the gifts are final, you don't have to share that with anyone if you won the lottery. Like, that's your thing to do and it's your white elephant gift. So it's her fault if she thought that it wasn't going to be worth it and that she wasn't going to win. And your family is like really weird for that, but you shouldn't expect that from someone. Like, that's really weird. Yeah, like that's weird to me. That's no. That was part 2 to Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole? But I hope you guys like this video and I'll see you in another one. If you have any opinions or anything about these stories, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye.
Woke up at 11 o'clock, I ain't got no job, what the hell should I do today? This feel like some I don't give a fuck, oh my god, shut the fuck up, I ain't hearing what you gotta say. What the deal, how you feel?